Chibuku Super Cup 2021 is brought to you by Chibuku. Chibuku, taste the goodness.
Good morning and welcome to Chibuku Super Cup action right here on Zimbabwe's television network ZTN. Get the picture, taste the goodness. That's what we're saying, Chibuku Super Cup 2021 edition, bankroll to the tune of $355,000. Winners getting $75,000 and, of course, that bragging rights to represent Zimbabwe in the CAF Confederations Cup. This is match day 1 continuing today, and we're bringing you the match between Harare City and YADAH, the Miracle Boys, Sunshine Boys versus the Miracle Boys. It's a boys' affair, and I'm not alone in studio today, joined by Charles Mushinga, Deputy Editor of H Metro and a staunch football fan. Charlie, it's good to have you.
It's good to be here, Blessing.
Chibuku Super Cup action continues. Match day 1. Today we've got Harare City taking on YADAH at 11. We've also got Herentals taking on Caps United. That's at 3 p.m. Looking at the standings, Charlie, YADAH played 2 very good games. The first one against Caps United and drawing 2-2. They also lost the second match to Dynamos 4-0. Genesis Mangombe, going into this match, what do you think he will be telling his charges?
I think he's really facing a dilemma in terms of what went wrong in the 2 matches, because both they had contrasting results and also contrasting elements to them. In the first match, he led 2-0. And things looked like they were going well because he had a very good start. But Cape United came back into that game to eventually draw 2-2. It didn't look like a bad result, but perhaps the coach would have thought about how to finish the game well. And that's what he probably concentrated on more on the Dynamos game, and forgot about his perfect start. In the end, Dynamos led 3-0 at halftime, and by the end of the match, it was a 4-0 drubbing. I think he doesn't know now where his weakness is, because he had a great beginning during the Cape United game, and then he had an awful start in the Dynamos game. So we actually wait to see, because these are learning times. There was no football for a long time, and it's not just the supporters and us, it's also the players and the coaches themselves who are really getting into the groove and seeing what works best.
This Chibuku Super Cup, the tournament itself, Harare City, the Sunshine Boys, have the bragging rights. This is their tournament. Just looking at the past 6 editions when it was relaunched in 2014, they've been in the final 4 times. But finding themselves just 2 points after match day 2, what could be Lloyd Chitembo's plan?
I think it does look like he's not in a good situation. But then if you look at results, discover that Harare City are still in it. It's only Dynamos who have a better points tally with 4 points. And today's match becomes a do or die, because it's the last of the first round matches, and he has to find a way to win this match. I think he's a very experienced gaffer, Lloyd Chitembo. There is nothing that he doesn't really know about Zimbabwean football. And I thought in their match against Cape United, which is his former team that he has both played for and coached, I thought he was going to get the better of Cape United, especially after going a goal up. But he allowed them back into the game, and I think he needs to take care of that reluctance in his players, and make sure that they concentrate from the first minute to the end, because lose this game, then things will really be bad. But if they win already, they'll be top of the group, pending other matches. So it's a really tricky situation, but like you said, their history is in their favor, because they have Mr. Chibuku himself, Manondo. Yes, the player who has scored more than any other player in this tournament. And he has a knack of scoring in this tournament. All eyes will probably be on him from the Harare City fans.
Okay, Chibuku Super Cup action brought to you by Zim Papers Television Network in partnership with Delta Beverages under the banner of Chibuku Super. Taste the goodness. Group 1 action is continuing today. Dynamo's topping that group with 4 points. Caps United, Harare City Herentals and ZPC Kariba on 2 points and YADAH on 1 point. Our team on the ground at the National Sports Stadium is on standby. Lance Chihande is on standby to give us an update of what's happening there. It's over to you.
Well, welcome to the National Sports Stadium in the match day 3 of the Chibuku Super Cup. It is a midweek fixture and we have a bumper in our first match. It is Harare City versus YADAH and the game is about to go on, and behind me, as you can see, Harare City are preparing for the match. They're already doing their warm-ups as well as YADAH. The weather conditions here at the National Sports Stadium are favorable of the condition that we have. The weather conditions are favorable of the match that we have at hand, and at the moment it is partly cloudy, but not so cloudy as you had expected. I think a couple of cirrus clouds are in the air and the sunshine is good for the match. With me I've got Coach Mangombe, Giannis Mangombe of YADAH City, and he is here with me. And Coach Giannis, welcome to match day 3.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Now, Coach, I've noticed that in your team list today, you have done 2 changes, your goalkeeper and your striker. Tell us, what is the reasons for these changes?
Yeah, as for the striker, he got injured when we played versus Dynamos. Then the goalkeeper, we have changed the goalkeeper because of it's a tactical change. So we want to try and minimize those mistakes which we got during Dynamo's match.
All right, now, Coach, coming at this game, this is a very vital game for you today. In Group 1, you are sitting at a point after that defeat from Dynamos over on Saturday, and you're coming into this one with Harare City, a big match as well, and you really need these 3 points in order for you to be in control of any form of qualification. And what is your strategy today?
Yeah, we're still sticking to our strategy. We just lost it because of a lot of mistakes, but we tried and work on those mistakes and also to make sure that the guys concentrate through the whole 90 minutes. Also, we have changed some otherwise tactical movement so that we can create a lot of chances. Of late, the chances were not coming, especially for that Dynamos game. But this time around, we'll be trying to create a lot of avenues so that we reach the goal.
All right, we are expecting a very entertaining match from the YADAH boys. We've seen they're very fast-paced and they like to quickly pass into the ball and score a goal. Wish you all the best, and I'll see you definitely after the match.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Well, that was Coach Mangombe there, just giving us an analysis of his team, YADAH, with this tactical change that he has made. Binzi is not in the game today. He is injured, and the goalkeeper has been changed for YADAH. And as I am to alliterate, as we wait for Coach Loy Chitembwe to come through, he is also looking for his first 3 points of the Chibuku Super Cup. He is sitting on 2 points. If he manages to score or to win this game today, he will get 3 points and jump on top of the group temporarily, because Dynamos will be playing ZPC Kariba tomorrow. And on another late kickoff, we will have Caps United facing on Herentals. We'll be looking forward to that match. But right now, Coach Loy Chitembwe has actually joined us now. Coach, thank you for coming through to match day 3. It's a midweek game and you have the first kickoff. How do you feel towards this encounter?
Yeah, it's important. I'm sure very important, considering the fact that it's our 3rd game. Yeah, it's looking good. So far, so good. We're happy with the performance. Yeah, but we're looking forward to this one.
Yeah, we have seen that you have made no changes from the game, from the previous game that you played on Saturday. Very confident of your team, of your first 11 coming into this one.
Yeah, the whole idea is to try and be very, very competitive. And considering what we observed last week, there was a lot of very good things coming out of the play. So we just want to have the consistency. And it's the reason why we've kept the same team.
All right, Coach, thank you very much for your comments towards this game. Definitely we'll be looking forward to talking to you just after the match.
Pleasures, man.
All the best to you.
Thank you.
All right, Loish Chembwe there just giving us a fair assessment of his team. He hasn't changed of his starting 11. It still remains the same coming into this clash against YADAH. If he wins, he goes on top, but only temporarily because Dynamos do have a game in hand because they'll be playing tomorrow right here at the National Sports Stadium against Herentals. Now, at this point and moment in time, just had the ball bumped into me there. The boys are really psyched up for this game. But
Right, our apologies there for that scrambled feedback that's coming through. Visuals, our engineers are working around the clock to improve that. That's Lance Shihande at the National Sports Stadium. The venue for today's match, it's Harare City taking on YADAH. Kickoff is in the next 10 minutes. And there, Lance, we saw Lance talking to the Harare City coach, Loichi Tembwe, as well as Genesis Mangombe, the coach of YADAH. And Chale, the notable change that the YADAH coach has made, goalkeeper Tanyara Zwahuni is not starting today after that nightmarish goal, that fourth goal for Dynamos.
Yeah, I think I understand the decision, but I don't know. With the goalkeeper's position, I think that's rather unfortunate. Keepers will make blunders.
Could be too harsh.
They will even score on goals. They will let the ball slip in between their legs. These blunders happen. It's unfortunate it was at the back of a 4-0 drubbing. I actually understood why he was where he was, because if you are down and you are pushing for a goal, the keeper actually becomes the sweeper. So I think international football will teach us that these goals happen. We have seen a lot of such goals. I think people will remember the famous David Beckham goal, the famous Wayne Rooney goal, and most recently the Cavani goal. I don't know, I sound like a Manchester United supporter, but it is a big team. So as soon as the young man scored that goal, I immediately remembered the Cavani goal, and I was like, this is a brilliant goal. So sometimes instead of always blaming goalkeepers, it's also good to just look at the execution. Keepers will always go off their lines and move with the team. It's part of football, and I don't think he should have substituted him based on that. But also conceding 4 goals is a big deal. So maybe if he trusts the other goalkeeper as much as he does, maybe it's a punishable offense to concede 4 goals in a match.
The coach highlighting that they want to minimize mistakes. No sign of Binzi, their forward, a new forward who is injured, and also keeping faith in the seasoned defender, Godfrey Mkambi Godza, the former vice captain for Dynamos, who will be marshalling that defense. But if we look at Harare City, Chale, Loichi Tembwe maintaining the same squad that played on Saturday.
I think it's a good decision because it's about that consistency that he was talking about as well, that we want to find some consistency. And like we said earlier, the results are actually not bad. The results that he has got, especially if you consider what the rivals have done or failed to do. So it is good to keep the same squad. He has a good mixture of experience and youth, and I would like to think, you know, with a goalkeeper like Nyampane Dengu, for example, he just stabilizes the whole team, and he does not have the crisis that his opponents have of not really believing in a goalkeeper, because that is a key position, if you ask me. And them having Nyampane Dengu there means their stability starts from the back. And we saw it against Cape United, you know, apart from the lapse in concentration when they allowed Wadi to score that goal. They were really in control of the match. And if they have that control, I see Harare City edging YADAH today.
Going into this match, any players, key players to keep an eye on?
I think I'll start with Harare City. I think, like I said, Nyampane Dengu gives them good stability at the back. William Manondo gives them attacking impetus in front. We also have Machazane. Machazane, it's his experience that we'll be looking at. And then Emmanuel Mandiranga again, former Dynamos, former Chapungu player. I like that experience that is in his side. And also if you then look at their bench, you know, having the likes of Valentine Daba, the likes of Moses Mchenje, but being players that you'll be looking to bring on to maybe to stabilize a lead, or maybe to look for an equalizer if you are down. These are not rookies.
Kudam Sharu even.
Exactly.
Golden
you know,
Boot winner 2014.
Yes, he's a player that has done it all in the Premiership. And to think he still has the legs to carry him through a match, it's actually amazing. You need such experience at some point in the game, and Lloyd Mtasa has that to look forward to.
Lloyd Tembo, yeah. Going into this match, Chale, if we want to talk about, you know, the stability that you're talking about, that experience in terms of the subs. You mentioned Valentine Daba. We all remember Valentine Daba for that failed penalty that he tried with Rodrigo Mtuma, the pass penalty.
Yes.
But let's take a look at the long standings right now as we speak. Starting, of course, with Group 1, where we have Dynamos, Harare City, Caps United, YADAH. They are actually 6 teams in Group 1, and Dynamos is topping that group with 4 points. Caps United, Harare City. We also have ZPC Kariba in there, joint on 2 points. 6 teams in the first group. This means that we've got 2 extra rounds. That's why we're having maybe this action happening midweek. We also have Group 2 action that is Chicken Inn, Highlanders, Bulawayo Chiefs and Bulawayo City. Chicken Inn and Highlanders dominant there with 4 points apiece, and Bulawayo Chiefs and City on 1 point. 10x surprise package for Chibuku Super Cup this year in Group 3, topping that group with 6 points. Krem Bullets on 4, Rhinos on 1, and Manika Diamonds yet to get a point, while Group 4 has the Platinums, FC Platinum and Ngezi Platinum topping the group at 6 apiece, Triangle on 1 and Wawa on 0. If we look at the log standings, Chale, perfect start for the Platinum teams. FC Platinum, Ngezi Platinum, 8 goals for FC Platinum, 6 goals for Ngezi Platinum. And the surprise package, 10x, are yet to draw, yet to lose.
Yeah, I think with the Platinum teams, you know, there's a lot of depth in those teams. And because of the financial stability at the teams, every player wanted to go there. So we have coaches that are really comfortable with the squads that they have. And it's not surprising that they've gotten the better of Triangle and Wawa. I think Norman Mapeza, even when he was a goal down in his last fixture, you could see that the team is playing comfortably. They are not rushing things, and they trust that they will come back into the match and win, which they did eventually. So I think that group is going according to script. FC Platinum and Ngezi Platinum, in that order, were expected to be topping the log at this stage.
Right, taste the goodness. It's the Chibuku Super Cup 2021 edition Group 1 action that we're bringing you today. It's Harare City taking on YADAH. Sunshine Boys versus the Miracle Boys. Kickoff is about to happen right now. Later on, we will be bringing you Herentals taking on Caps United. That's at 3 p.m. before Group 1 continues tomorrow. Dynamos taking on ZPC Kariba at 1 p.m. We also have Group 4 action tomorrow. Wawa taking on Triangle at 11 a.m. That's at Mandava Stadium. And FC Platinum versus Ngezi Platinum. The battle of the Platinums, Charlie, tomorrow. A repeat almost of the 2016 final when, Ngezi Platinum beat FC Platinum. It was Ndiraya versus Mapeza.
Yeah, I think, like I said, in that group, it's basically Ngezi versus FC Platinum, just to see who tops the group. And I think that's what makes tomorrow's match a cup final before the final. I won't even be surprised if those teams play tomorrow and then go on to meet again at a later stage in the tournament, perhaps even in the final, because that is how strong they are.
Looking at Harare City, they lost two key players, and both of them to Caps United. Do you think that will have an impact? Tatenda Tumba, young Tatenda Tumba going to Caps United, as well as Ishmael Wadi going to Caps United.
Yeah, I think for Tumba it's a bit less, but with Ishmael Wadi, given his performance, he has already scored all 3 goals for Caps United so far. It's a loss that you immediately feel. You have to think about Tumba and see how he develops it at Caps United. But with Wadi, it was immediate. Caps United are actually looking at him now as their key striker, and he has performed exceptionally well. But I don't think Harare City will really be feeling their loss because, like we said, the depth in that squad is amazing, and they have players that can really fill in the shoes.
It's the Chibuku Super Cup 2021 edition. The tournament happening in 4 groups, localized groups, that is, as 6 teams in Group 1 and 4 teams in Group 2, 3 and 4. As we have the top 2 teams from each group will be proceeding to the quarterfinal stage, and the winners of Group 1 will be taking on the runners-up of Group 3, and vice versa for the Group 2 and Group 4. Winners for this year's tournament will walk away with a cool $75,000. Runners-up will be getting $50,000 while the losing semi-finalists will get $25,000 each, and the losing quarterfinalists will get $10,000. All the teams that fail to make it to the quarterfinals will each get $7,000. Rich pickings for this year's tournament, Charlie.
Yes, and I think Chibuku and Delta have to be thanked for that, because without finances, football is nothing. These players have to run after something, and we have seen the enthusiasm in the teams and the professional way in which they are handling their business, getting tested for COVID-19 and, playing in the bubble, so to speak. They've really done well to do all these things. Albeit from one hiccup last week when one team had left its COVID-19 results. But I love the professionalism with which this tournament is being taken, and it's all credit to the sponsors. And, the Premier League is very organized, getting TV rights, getting everyone to watch the match, even though they cannot make their way to the stadiums. This is all exceptional organization, and I think we are finally organized as a footballing nation.
Many thanks to Delta Beverages and Chibuku Super for giving us this year's tournament. Taste the goodness. That's what we say for Chibuku Super. YADAH FC, Charlie, if we look, Issa Sadiki has been causing all sorts of problems. He gave Caps United a torrid time, and Tanaka Shandir were also scoring versus Caps United. I think those 2 players will definitely make the difference for YADAH today.
Oh yes, definitely. With Issa Sadiki, just hearing the surname makes the opponent concentrate. You realize that he's from the Sadiki family, and this is a family that has been in football circles in Zimbabwe for the past 2 or more decades. So yes, he's definitely a player to watch. Prosper as well is a player to watch, and they should be getting some good stability from Godfrey Mkambi and the likes of Nkosi Mhlanga, because these are tried and tested players that can really give these youths some degree of confidence.
Let's look at the past winners, Charlie. Chibuku Super Cup reintroduced in 2014, and FC Platinum winning that 1-1 after penalties. 1-1 at full time, and penalties had to decide that match. I remember Masimba Dinyoro being livid for that equalizer that was scored right at the end of the game. 2015, it was Harare City 2-1 over Dynamos. It was Mangwiro versus Ndiraya, Taurai Mangwiro, winning in 2015 with Harare City. 2016, it was Ndiraya's time as Ngezi Platinum beat FC Platinum, and Liberty Chakoroma inspiring them there. 2017, it was Harare City beating Haumine, and Triangle in 2018, Highlanders in 2019 beating Ngezi Platinum. Right, Chibuku Super Cup action. Our team at the National Sports Stadium is on standby for kickoff. We cross over there. We see you again at the half-hour break, at the half-time break, rather, as we discuss the Chibuku Super Cup 2021 edition, brought to you by ZTN and the Kasolaga Premier Soccer League in partnership with Chibuku.
Kosi Mhlanga, he's your striker who kind of frustrates you. He gets into positions well, which is a plus for every strike.
Yeah.
The first point, of course, get into positions, but he misses them. He misses a lot. He converts. His conversion rate is low. But then you need to balance as a coach. You say maybe he gets into positions, which is a plus. Let's work on his finishing. And that's the guy who will be leading the attack for YADAH, the number 42.
Definitely as well. Kosi Mhlanga, he comes in for Fortune Binzi. He's not in the team. He was in the team against the Dynamos where they lost by 4-0. An exciting player for YADAH will be Issa Sadiki. He's the number 11. Usually comes through from the right. And then you've got Prosper Kafela Panjila. Another player in there. There's your coach, Genesis Mangombe for YADAH FC. There's nothing red about him today. It's all blue. I don't know whether he took a cue from the team that beat him last time. It's all blue. The tracksuit, the t-shirt, you know, even the strip for the team.
Yeah, they just needed to have that change. Because 4, and the way the goals were conceded, and now they're huddling. I think they're praying for that miracle to come. The Wednesday morning miracle. It should come for them. Because after during the warm-up, I mean, some of the tension that was going on, HARARE City were accusing YADAH of spraying something onto the turf. And then somebody at HARARE City said we might as well call the prophet to come and pray.
All right, so the match kicks off. It's YADAH wearing the light blue strip who will start things off here at the National Sports Stadium. Match day 3 of the Chibuku Super Cup. It starts today with the HARARE group already on the boys. Prosper Kafela Panjila, he moves forward, trying a through ball there. That doesn't work. A free kick. Grace Gimo, your match official for today. She is the referee in the middle there. And then we've got Chenjerai Chuhumbiri, who's the first assistant. Wellington Mazambani, the second assistant, and then the fourth official is Brighton Chimene. That is your team for today. YADAH FC in the light blue strip, and then you've got HARARE City, technically the home side, although everyone is playing at the National Sports Stadium there. Yeah, they are in the dark, the navy blue strip here with the neon sign, I guess the neon colors as far as their jerseys are concerned. It is a good strip for them. First time these two sides have actually showcased these alternative strips in the Chibuku Super Cup.
Yeah, I mean, at least they've got the kit. You don't want to do the Wawa or Manika Diamonds kind of way. At least they've got the kit. Now you're kitted for the occasion. Get the ball and do the business.
Definitely as well. So HARARE City with the ball. Tatenda Tavengwa, first touch for him to Bizeki. He comes in. You've got Ben Musaka. He's in midfield. YADAH take the ball. They are going through. Offside for the captain, God knows Mangani.
You went too early. You went too early.
That probably will be a feature for today. Yeah. HARARE City playing that high line, if we can say, and the other trying to go past them. Marshall Machazani with the ball. He's the captain for HARARE City. Trying to work it back to Maxo Nyampedengu, the goalkeeper. Hastings Chapusha. He gets the ball. HARARE City moving forward now to Bizeki. Tatenda Tavengwa. Back to Hastings. Tatenda Tavengwa. Ben Musaka. Now to Marshall Machazani, the captain, back to in defense. HARARE City getting the feel of the ball. I guess that is a mark of Lloyd Chitembo. He loves possession football. I know he loves the locked pass. There we go. First time we've seen that in this game. That will be a feature for today. I've seen him in training. Gets a chance, he always go in there and try one of those passes.
Yeah, his message is clear. Short, let's go long. But you look at Ben Musaka there. He's got the physique of a defensive midfielder. He's a guy you would want in your team. And if you're asking why the supplier Moses Mchenje is on the bench, the answer is the tall Ben Musaka, the HARARE City number 67.
All right, first time we get a chance to see Issa Sadiki for YADAH FC. He's got lots of skill. Loves to cut inside from that right-hand side. Again, it is offside, and that man you were talking about, Nkosi Mhlanga, he looks big, he's intimidating. Like you said, he doesn't finish. Maybe he will finish today.
Well, he's work in progress, but that stage, well, I mean, that guy, you'd want him in the right positions. I'd rather play him center, but I think what YADA are doing now, they just want to ease their way into this game. This is a team that conceded 4 their last time out. They wouldn't want to open up as early as the 3rd minute.
Hastings Chapusha has the ball. They build from the back again. That's Harare City. It is the Chibuku Super Cup. Match day 3 right here at the National Sports Stadium. Harare City versus YADA FC, the first game in this Harare group. Later on, we've got Rentals versus Caps United. It is a double-header live here on Zim Papers Television Network. Like I said, the voices you hear today, the utility players have gone through in commentary. It's Ash Tikiwa and Marco Gold, Makombero Mutimkul. So yeah, and maybe the CR7s and who's the other guy? Who's the Lionel Messi's? They'll come through over the weekend.
Yeah, they'll come through over the weekend. Now we're here. But you know, it gives you a different feeling. A guy who's been in the studio for a long time. I come today, and the protocol of it, I'm surprised by it. You know, when you're outside, you think people will just come in and say, "Oh, you're Makombero, get in." No. You are Makombero. Where are your papers? It's like you need a passport to get it. So I mean, it's good work from Dr. Jagon and his team there.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as it looks to get into the stadium.
Oh, definitely. It's not. There's so much protocol. That's for us, and then for the teams, we've got the medical teams at the gate, and then the referees do the inspection. You got to have everything as far as the COVID-19 certificates are concerned. YADA, they take the ball now. Prosper Kafela Panjila tussling for the ball. Tatenda Tavengwa, he's got the ball, tries to push forward. And Nkosi Mhlanga trying to find Isa Sadiki, too long. The ball rolls out for a throw-in.
He's trying to do your what? Your Iniesta kind of pass, your Paul Scholes. That should be giving away my age, isn't it? Who passes now? Kevin De Bruyne.
You see, Mason Mount as well. Yeah. He's a European champion. Isa Sadiki with the ball. First shot over the bar. That was a good try. After 5 minutes, the first shot, I guess off target, but worth a try. And that could be another feature. Isa Sadiki come through the right-hand side and going for goal.
Cutting inside and going for goal. And before that, Max Onyampa was calling for his players to mark the ball. Because when you give Isa space, you take a crack at goal. And when you buy a ticket for the lotto, once in a while, you win.
Oh, definitely, you have to buy the ticket to win the lotto.
You have to buy the ticket. You have to bet.
All right. Ben Musaka with a lofted pass, too long. So it is 5 minutes here at the National Sports Stadium, Harare City versus YADA. Chibuku Super Cup match day 3. We go back to the goalkeeper for YADA, Panashe Nyabungu. He goes out wide to Lennox Mcheto. Lofted pass, trying to find the captain, God knows Mangani. Back to the goalkeeper for Harare City, Maxwell Nyampedengu. Now he passes it to Hastings Chapusha. Going up front, looking for Clive Rupia. Back to Clive Rupia, through ball there. Just wide. But that was a good build-up there for Harare City. They earn a corner. Clive Rupia going for that far post. I don't know whether or not he didn't get the contact that he needed. There's the replay.
You know, you always tell your strikers to be composed in the box. But when you're overly composed, I think it took too much time. He just needed to pick his spot, but he waited and waited, and at the end of the day, he just put it wide.
Dinolin Masukuta with the corner. First corner for Harare City. Headed away. Tanaka Shandirwa, he gets the ball. YADA on the break. He's got options left and right. He tries to find Prosper Kapela Panjila. Jikomborero Bizeki cuts out the play. Now to Ben Musaka. Tatenda Tavengwa. Then we've got Hastings Chapusha. Harare City built from the back. Get some touches in there. Closed down by YADA. Now to Prosper Kafela Panjila. The counter is on. But not to be eased off the ball there by Hastings Chapusha. Now to Marshall Machazani. Showing his experience there, that's Hastings.
Yeah, he's showing his experience. Harare City are playing well. They are committing forward. But when you look on the transition there, YADA have got a way of finding numbers going forward. What then is lacking is the final pass that releases everyone.
Across from Clive Rupia. Ball played in. Panashe Nyabungu, the other goalkeeper, gets the ball and immediately finds Issa Sadiki. The break is on. He's got two players in support. It's 3 versus 4. Issa Sadiki on that right-hand side. He cuts inside as he always does. Tries an attempted goal. Very confident. Now to Nkosi Mhlanga. Tries a 1-2. The ball's in the net, but the referee for the day, Grace Gimo, says no. It is a free kick that was illegal. Free kick for Harare City. But it is promising that YADAH FC, when they do attack, like you said, even the tempo seems to be a lot quicker than Harare City.
And it seems Issa Sadiki is the exit point. And those who have known the Sadiki family, they will tell you that among the brothers, Ali, Takunda, they always say there's a guy called Issa who is coming. And now we are seeing the beats of Issa Sadiki. Exciting. A player who is ready to take defenders on is a player I would want in my team any day.
Oh, definitely lots of confidence there. That's for your Issa Sadiki. Is on that right-hand side for YADAH FC. Meanwhile, Harare City are going forward. Cut out. The ball is cleared. Now to Issa Sadiki. The break is on. He's got options in the middle. He's got his captain, God knows Mangani, cleared by the Harare City captain. That's Marshall Machazani. He's not afraid to go through and get in there against the Issa Sadiki.
And now you have realized that Marshall Machazani is standing more to his left because he's realizing that Issa Sadiki is subtracting his men with ease, so he might as well be ready to cover up, and that's what he's just done there.
That's what you do, talented players. You extra cover is needed there on that left-hand side of defense for Harare City. It is a throw-in for YADAH FC. Issa Sadiki has the ball. So far, he's had a shot on target, and it seems he is the exit point or the outlet for YADAH FC, especially when they are going into transition. Harare City, they move forward. Lofted wide on that left-hand side. Looking for your Clive Rupia. Not to be, it's not a target man. I don't know whether the crosses, I guess it has to be pinpoint to pick out a Clive Rupia.
It has to be, or it has to be cut back to the penalty spot. It's an overcooked cross. But for YADAH, you get the impression that they are not phased. They believe that they can win this game, and they're playing well. Nkosi Mhlanga is floating everywhere. I'm not sure the position he's playing, but he's all over the show.
Lennox Mcheto. He goes on, trying to find Tanaka Shandirwa for YADAH FC on that left-hand side. Goes back to Prosper Kafela Panjila. Closed down by Hastings. Max Onyampedengu tries to clear. First-time shot from Tinotenda Muchkambizi. That's a good idea.
Yeah, good idea. Because Max had made a mess of it. Had made a mess of that clearance. And you're in a days where goalkeepers are under pressure to use their feet. Players need to play from the back, and goalkeepers. But I come from the school of thought that goalkeepers should stop shots. If you've got a goalkeeper who stops shots, you've got a goalkeeper. This business of him being good with his feet, unless he's very good, don't put pressure on him to play.
Definitely as well. These days they say he actually is the last line of defense and first line of attack.
Yeah, you see,
the attack starts with him. But meanwhile, we're talking about Maxwell with what he did earlier on with the field clearance. Panashe Nyabungu is injured, the YADAH goalkeeper, getting some treatment right now on the pitch. Grace Gimo is there just monitoring the situation. There was talk as well that this is YADAH FC haven't been confident with their goalkeepers. Panashe, he came on in that second game against Dynamos, retained his position fine, but in the first game he didn't play, and maybe, just maybe, they are a bit of problems starting to show with the goalkeeping department of YADAH. So he is getting some treatment so far, just after 12 minutes of play in the Chibuku Super Cup, the first game of match day 3 at the National Sports Stadium. Harare City versus YADAH. YADAH FC in the light blue strip, and then Harare City have got your navy blue, and I guess those neon green as well. That's the color that is there it's a good jersey for Harare City. Those are the alternative kits for both teams. First time they are showcasing these, so it's not the traditional red. I know Harare City had the orange against Caps United. Yeah, they're showcasing the different sets of kits.
We're in an era where You said this is neon green.
Neon green, I guess I will call it that.
You remind me of the furor that surrounded the Highlanders kit, where it was explained that it is peppermint green.
Peppermint green,
not blue.
I've never heard of
and
that.
And the Highlanders supporters were saying, this is blue. And the blue we know is associated with Dynamos. And Lux came out and said, no, this is peppermint green. Say, good morning, teacher of colors.
We're in an era of colors as well, so we're learning every day, you know. And both teams not shy to showcase the alternative kits today. It is a free kick for YADAH FC. That is what Grace Gimo has said. Lennox Mucheto, the left back, you leave the ball to be taken by Brian Kadamanja. You take the free kick. There are 4 players up front for YADAH FC, including Yonkosi Mtlanga. Looking for Tanaka Shandirwa, cleared away there. Clive Rupia in midfield. There was a run by Emmanuel Mandiranga on that right-hand side. Look out for that one. He might just be an outlet for Harare City. Back to Hastings Chapusha. Maxo Nyampedengu. The captain, Marshall Machazani. Again, Harare City built from the back, a slow build-up. Now to Ben Musaka. He looks like a defensive midfielder. He is a defensive midfielder.
He does. He just need to work on his thighs.
Hastings Chapusha with the ball now. They go through to Jukomborero Bizek. Misplaced pass. Clive Rupia trying to get the ball. Dispossessed there. Tinotenda Mushkembizi. Now back to the goalkeeper. Panashe Nyabungu. Godfrey Mkami. Maraba. He's a central defender for YADAH. Moves through from Dynamos. So some fans will get will need a bit of time to get used to seeing him in YADAH colors.
No, they'll get some time. I think from Beitbridge he came to Dynamos in a season where Dynamos were so poor. He was an oasis of good play or guts play. He played with his guts, and being told to leave Dynamos is something that hurt him big time.
Oh, definitely.
Because he put his body on the line for Dynamos. He believed that he had arrived, he was living his dream, and then Dynamo said, you know what, thank you, goodbye.
Thanks for coming, goodbye. So that is Godfrey Mukambi. He is the central defender for YADAH FC. Misplaced pass, trying to find Prosper Kafela Panjila. Jikomborero Bizek has the ball. He'll take the throw in for Harare City, looking for Itatenda Tavengwa. You go down the line to Emmanuel Mandiranga. Sharp turn from Emmanuel. Here he goes on the right-hand side. Emmanuel Mandiranga. The cross comes in. Guess who? Right place, right time. Godfrey Mkami. All right, Lennox. This is Nkosi Mtlanga who comes through with the ball. Offside there for Prosper Kafela Panjila. But I feel like at one point they will get that run.
Yeah,
they
will just one good run away. One good run away from unlocking the Harare City defense. Harare City, when they are committing, everybody's going forward. And the other are just waiting for that one long pass and a good timed run. And they'll be in at goal.
Marshall Machazani. He goes through to William Banondo. They call him Mr. Chibuku. He got the goal for Harare City last time against Caps United. Plays a 1-2 with Dinolin Masukuta. Now to Emmanuel Mandira. Ball goes through to Komborero Bizek, now to Ben Msaka. Not a good first touch by William Banondo. The ball comes in.
What's that?
It is a penalty. Grace Gimo, the referee for the day, has awarded a penalty to Harare City. We'll wait to see. The other players are remonstrating.
They are not happy at all.
They are not happy. The Harare City coach, Lloyd Chitebu, alongside Tostao. Now they have a few words to share there. They're hoping this is what we were hoping for, what we were praying for, which is ironic because YADAH are the miracle boys.
Yeah.
Everything they would have been praying for something today.
You'd expect the heavens to smile on YADAH, but it appears the heavens and the football gods have frowned on YADAH there. To say, we await the replay, but I thought the Harare City player tried to head the ball that was there for the feet.
I don't know, in my opinion, it seemed like he was going down already.
Wait, what is Max Onyambanedengu doing there? He wants to take the penalty?
which is amazing. It will be the goalkeeper to take the penalty. He's one of the most experienced players in there. We know in Ariel Sibanda takes penalties for Highlanders. He scored a few. One time when Allison scored, he said, I remember I scored one against Ngezi Platinum Stars back in 2019.
And there wasn't much
there wasn't much noise there. Maybe we'll make noise for him. Maxwell Nyampedengu. Harare, the YADA players, here's the replay for you.
Let's have a look.
Oh yeah, there was a boot in there.
There was a boot.
From behind, so it is a penalty. Godfrey Mkambi still talking to the referee for the day, Grace Kimo. It is a first match in the center. She was the fourth official. I remember in last weekend's set of matches in Harare, but it is a first match in the Chibuku Super Cup as at the center. And guess what? It is the first penalty in the Harare group.
Wow.
And it took Grace. It took Grace Gimo. Special grace maybe for Harare City. Let's see if they can slot home. You've got the coach there for YADA, Genesis Nyampani Dengu. Genesis Magomba, beg your pardon there. Yeah, with his mouth, with his hand to his mouth. But the player who is going to take the penalty is Maxwell Nyampedengu, the goalkeeper for Harare City, against his opposite number for YADA, Panashe Nyabungu. He's bouncing the ball on the box. Bit of gamesmanship.
It's a bit of mind games there. Bit of mind games. If you are Monip Joseph, the former Orlando Pirates goalkeeper, you'll be telling you that you're missing this one.
It's 19 minutes gone. Harare City versus YADA. A penalty. Maxwell Nyampedengu, the goalkeeper for Harare City. It's Maxwell. Saved. It's saved by the YADA goalkeeper, Panashe Nyabungu. It is a corner. It is a corner, but it will be a goal kick. It will be a goal kick for YADA FC. And the hero for the day, it is Panashe Nyabungu, the YADA FC goalkeeper, saving from his opposite number.
And Maxwell is making that walk of shame now.
It is a long walk.
Long walk.
Here's the replay. Maxwell, he takes it. Wasn't a good penalty.
Poor.
A very poor penalty. Looked casual as well when he took it. Here's another angle for it. Panashe Nyabungu goes down, dives the right way, saves with his legs. And look at the emotion from Panashe. He will feel that justice has been done. They didn't think it was a penalty. That's YADA FC. So YADA FC survived. The first flashpoint of the game, 20 minutes gone. Harare City nil, YADA FC nil. A missed penalty from Maxwell Nyampedengu, the goalkeeper for Harare City. Immediately, YADA go on the attack. It is a free kick to YADA FC, says the signal from Grace Gimo, the referee for the day. Already both sides seems to be some tension because both sets of players are now remonstrating with every decision since that penalty.
It's not the most celebrated of Harare derbies, but it's a derby. It is a derby. A mid-morning derby, and the tension is there. I mean, it is a good game. It is a good game.
Well, that's what we like to watch. That's what we like to see, and that's the beauty of our local football. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us right here on Zim Papers Television Network. Now we see the technical bench of YADA FC there. Yeah, probably giving a sign of relief. Issa Sadiki is one of the players to take it. Tinotenda Mchikambizi, a corner. Issa Sadiki, that ball deflected for a corner. YADA FC with the pressure now. And probably the adrenaline is still pumping. After Panashe Nyabungu saved the penalty, it will be a lift for YADA FC, who've started well. But then probably I felt that would have been hard done with that penalty. Now maybe a second wind for them. Issa Sadiki will take the corner for YADA FC against Harare City here at the National Sports Stadium. The corner comes in. God knows Mangani comes through. A penalty appeal for YADA FC. They go through to the refereeing. Kosim Klang is one player who's there. The captain, God knows Mangani, he's still protesting there.
I think what Grace needs to do now is to hold forth, and probably there's a need to dish out a yellow card. Well, the boys are looking at it and saying maybe she's easy peasy, but she is not. She is the referee and she needs to be fine.
Oh, and I think she can hold her ground as well. She would not take any nonsense from any player.
She would.
All right, she's instructing the players that they have to keep cool heads. This is a football match after all. Issa Sadiki, second try from the corner. Maxwell Nyampedengu comes out and punches. Now the break is on. Clive Rupia on that right-hand side. Tatenda Tavengwa in support. Cut out well Harare City continued the attack. Dinolin Masukuta on that left-hand side. He is an outlet. He's been bringing some crosses. Not the best of crosses, but he is offering options for Harare City on the attack.
Actually, that penalty miss reminded me of that billboard from Star FM.
Yeah.
Are you still using it on the Daily Sports Zone where you guys say there's a YADAH guy who says this anointing oil, it causes confusion.
It's still there.
In the camp of the enemy.
It just caused confusion.
That Max Onyampanedego. I don't know. It's the oil effect.
It's the oil effect. Well, there were a few individuals who put something on the center line and around the goal, around the pitch, but they will say, well, there's nothing to it. Harare City brushed it off, dismissed it. 23 minutes gone. Harare City nil, YADAH FC nil. Why? There was a missed penalty from Max Onyampanendengu, the goalkeeper for Harare City. Saved by Panashe Nyabungu, his opposite number for YADAH FC. It is a corner. After 23 minutes of play, Dinolin Masukuta will take the corner. Exciting player, very young player.
Very young player, and his brother is also on the bench there, Stanley. So it is a family of football players.
It is a family. You think it's a family affair, wait until you see a Rentals. They've got 3 brothers and a father and son in their team. They take on Caps United later on. The corner comes in from Dinolin Masukuta. The ball went out of play and curved back in, so it is a goal kick immediately. The linesman for the day, one of the linesmen, that's Chenjerai Chibuku, he flagged for a goal kick.
They're calling them assistant referees these days.
The assistant referee.
Because if you call him a linesman, you believe he's the guy who puts those lines on the turf. So he's your assistant referee.
The assistant referee for the day, Chenjerai Chibuku. The second assistant is Wellington Mazambane. The lady in the middle, Grace Gimo, she is your referee for the day, awarded the first penalty in this Harare group, which was saved by the YADAH goalkeeper, Panashe Nyabungu. He's got the ball now. He's the YADAH goalkeeper. YADAH build from the back. And he goes out wide. Looking for God knows Mangani, the captain for YADAH. Dispossessed. Issa Sadiki has the ball. Back to Godfrey Mukambi. Now they build from the back. Kadamanja. Lennox Mcheto. Nkosi Mtlanga. Back to Lennox. Prosper Kafela Panjila, but the counter is on. Clive Rupia, shut down by Nkosi Mtlanga, who seems to be everywhere so far.
Seems to be everywhere. You know, one of the reasons why Godfrey Mukambi was let go at Dynamos, they said he couldn't play from the back. But today he is doing that. So it's a case of maybe he needed to be taught to do that, or maybe it's because there's no pressure when you're playing for YADAH.
A more disciplined approach from Godfrey Mukambi. Back to the goalkeeper for YADAH FC after 25 minutes of play. Harare City nil, YADAH FC nil. In the Chibuku Super Cup, it is match day 3, officially starts today. It's a double header right here on Zim Papers Television Network. We've got the Rentals versus Caps United at 3 p.m. Tanaka Shandirwa, Prosper Kafela Pajila, Lennox Mcheto, Tino Tenda, Mshkambizi, trying to find Kafela Panjila too long, and it is a goal kick. I wonder what Max was thinking right now. It'll take a while before you to get over that penalty miss.
No, it will take a while, because when you're going for half-time, a few players will tell you that you've just sorted us out. Because now you're the goalkeeper, you would have come all that way. And obviously you'll be saying, wait, leave the ball upcoming, leave the ball upcoming. And everybody say, oh, this is why you wanted us to lift the ball. But it happens in the game. You need to move on quickly from it, because you're the goalkeeper. The moment you dwell on it, YADAH will come on you and pounce.
Well, definitely as well. David De Gea missed a penalty for Manchester United against Villarreal. Was the decider. Thank God it's off-season. He gets the time to recover now. Maxwell doesn't have that luxury. He's still in the game. It's 26 minutes for Harare City against YADAH.
Mr. Tikiwa, we're having a very good commentary job here. Suddenly you decided to digress, and digress dangerously. But wow, you've got a goalkeeper who missed the penalty and last served the penalty 5 years ago. That's a damning statistic.
That is your David De Gea. He is a Manchester United fan. He knows all about it, but he is football at heart. That's Makombero Mutimkulu. Yeah, he's with me today. Ash Tikiwa with you for commentary. The utility players are in there. Yeah. for your commentary team today, Dinolin Masukuta. On that left-hand side, he's an outlet. They seem to be going to him more than Emmanuel Mandiranga on that right-hand side. That's Harare City. But so far, the best chance for Harare City has been from the penalty spot. A 19th minute penalty that was saved by the YADA goalkeeper, Panashe Nyabungu. Probably going a long way in redeeming himself after the previous game where he shipped in 4 goals and YADA FC lost to Dynamos in the previous round.
And the moment he thinks he's trying to forget it, you get the pictures, because Etienne did the clips for those goals and they've been circulating. They are trending. When you think you've gone past it, you see a God knows a goal coming to your phone and you got a relative asking, is this you? And I said, yes, Auntie, it's me.
That's who we are, ZTN. Quality picture, get the picture. We'll be the first to remind you because we've got the action right here on Zim Papers Television Network, on our Facebook page and also on ZTN YouTube page. Harare City versus YADA FC, 28 minutes gone. It's match day 3 of the Chibuku Super Cup, the first match of round 3. The action starts, it's a double header. Action starts right now. Rentals versus Caps United later on at 3 p.m. The games in the Chibuku Super Cup only in Harare today. Jikomborero Bizek. Now to Emmanuel Mandiranga. Tries to fashion a move. Tatenda Tavengwa. Back to him. Still with the ball. Clive Rupia drops in midfield. Tries a 1-2. Now the break is on. The captain, God knows Mangani's got options left and right. He goes for Issa Sadiki on that right-hand side. When you've got Marshall Machazad with all the experience, you shepherd the ball, close down the play.
With all the experience he would, but then I think you need a player who's a tad smarter, because really look at it. When the counter is on, the thing that will do the damage, yes, the runs will do the damage, but the pass needs to be spot on. And I think for YADA, the pass is just not coming at the right time. That's dangerous play from Godfrey Mkambi, typical Godfrey Mkambi. And he makes that famous run going back to his position as if nothing has happened.
And you always send you a message, I am here to stay, don't mess with me. That's your Godfrey Mkambi, nicknamed Maraba. Emmanuel Mandiranga with the cross, a disappointing one, goes out for a goal kick. But so far, it seems though YADA in terms of going forward, they are creating the chances. The final pass, the final move is not coming off. Harare City so far with the best chance. 30 minutes gone. Harare City nil, YADA FC nil. Jikomborero Bizek, Tatenda Tavengo, chest control in the center circle. Now to William Manondo. Tries that through ball. Back to the goalkeeper for YADA FC.
Speaking of recovery runs, I'm not sure if you had the chance to watch David Kuchkauripo play at his peak.
Oh yeah.
When he came from Cyprus, he would come, put in a cross, whether it's miss a hit or it goes to the goalkeeper. The fans would forget that how poor the cross was by the effort he puts in when he's going back into position. You would do your Usain Bolt kind of run, going back into position.
That's commitment right there. So that's Prosper Kafela Panjila. Fancy skill. Tanaka Shandirwa. Offside. Again, that high line from Harare City working for them. Frustrating the YADA FC front 3.
But yeah, they don't need a miracle to break this high line. They need a good pass. Maybe something that they will work on it after time. All you need is to make sure that there's a guy who does an arc run and a pass that goes into space. Because you've got the pace going forward. You've got the pace. Let's exploit this space. Because Harare City are pushing forward. There's space behind the lines. Use that space. Exploit it.
A crossfield ball to Emmanuel Mandiranga. Bizeki offers options down the right-hand side. He gets the ball out now. The cross comes in from Bizeki. Offside yet again. So both attacks not watching their lines. Frustrated with the offside. Genesis Mangombe and Lloyd Chitembe both off their seats, barking some instructions. 32 minutes gone. Harare City versus YADAH is still 0-0.
I'm not sure if Botho Petro is a prophet, but he says on our Facebook page, City will win this one. YADAH struggling to score. He believes or sees it going City's way 2-0. Thank you very much for joining us. You will see your comments. We'll be shouting back at you once, as and when we can, but we appreciate your support.
Oh, definitely as well. ZTN right here on Zim Papers Television Network. Yeah, we're here for you. Thanks so much for tuning in. 11 a.m. kickoff. We're still getting used to these early morning kickoffs. But yeah, that is the first match for today, a double header. It is Harare City versus YADAH this morning. And then in the afternoon, 3 p.m., we've got the Students versus Makepekepe. Herentals versus Caps United in this Harare group. Yeah, they officially start match day 3 of the Chibuku Super Cup. Action starts today. We've got more matches tomorrow. And then, of course, over the weekend, Harare City pushing forward, or taken away by Godfrey Mukambi. Back to Panashe Nyabungu, the YADAH FC goalkeeper. Kadamanja, the central defender for YADAH FC, closed down by Clive Rupia, but back to the goalkeeper. Now to Godfrey Mukambi. They push it out wide there. Lennox Mcheto on that left-hand side. Prosper Kafela Panjila. Closed down by Emmanuel Mandiranga. Back to Mandiranga. Some good touches from Ben Musaka and Bizeki. Marshall Machazan tries to be adventurous. Stopped by Tinoti and Mchkembizi.
He needed to. I'll be surprised if Grace doesn't flash a yellow card there. He needed to be stopped much because he was going forward and the lines were opening up for him. There was a pass opening up. He could have gone on and done a God knows Mure if he could. But he needed to be stopped, and Grace Gimo, okay, says just giving him a talking off to don't do that. Next time I'm going to show you a yellow card.
Seems like maybe the tension has cooled down a bit. The temperatures have improved as far as the weather is concerned here, but the tension, the emotions seem to be in check. Well, that could have been a goal. That was Chikomborero Bizeki trying. It was a cross, I guess a miscued cross that went through Panashe Nyabungu, taking no chances. It's out for a corner.
We should have turned into a goal. And then you have a striker claiming that, no, you know what, I really wanted to score. Yeah, Ronaldinho versus England in the World Cup. A free kick, it just dynamics changed and they scored.
Emmanuel Mandiranga with the corner. Straight into the arms of Panyachi Nyabungu for YADAH. What a pass. Prosper Kafela Panjila. The counter is on. Hastings Chapusha. That seemed a bit rough, but Grace Gimo says it's a throw-in.
Says it's a men's game. But good distribution there. Good distribution from Panashe. Good distribution.
And definitely one of a very good goalkeeper. He seems to be growing in confidence after that penalty save he did. He didn't do any of this against Dynamo. So looking at a different player today.
He did not.
Lennox Mcheto with a free kick. Out is Tatenda Tavengwa. Now to Ben Msaka. Lots of pressure. Issa Sadiki is on the ball now. Cuts inside as he always does. Tanaka Shandirwa. Now to Prosper Kafela Panjila. Fancy skill. Gets past Ben Musaka. Bright Chambuka. Now to Issa Sadiki. They're trying to push forward. Dinolin Masukuta, or the pressure paid off. Harare City turnover possession. They've got a throw in. 36 minutes gone. Harare City 0, YADAH FC 0.
You know, I would love to see Issa Sadiki occasionally switching flanks. Because when the ball does not come to where he is, you are the danger boy. You are the dangerous. I wanted to say man, but just still a boy. You are the danger boy. You need to get wherever. Just go there and get possession. Because Harare City would be good to have you where you are and not being in play.
Oh, definitely. He is left-footed, so maybe the idea has come through from that right-hand side. Take a shot. He tried that early on in this game, but the supply line looks to have been stifled so far. He hasn't got the ball in the past 10 minutes. He hasn't done anything as well with the ball. Harare City have the ball. Pressure from Issa Sadiki. Back to Marshall Machazani, the captain for Harare City. He's got a few touches. He goes forward. Adventurous he tries to be. Maxwell comes off his line. Nyampane Dengu. Tanaka Shandirwa. There's the second time he's tried that, and he's noticing Maxwell's off his line.
And there's the second time that Maxwell is fluffing his lines. And Marshall Machazan, being the skipper, he needs to talk to Maxwell Nyampane Dengu to say, this nonsense has to stop. Because you're about to cost us now.
That was a replay there with Tanaka Shandirwa almost catching Maxwell Nyampane Dengu off his line. The ball goes wide, but it was a good idea. The second time he's trying it in this game. Second time he's noticed that the Harare City goalkeeper off his line. He's not the quickest player to recover. He's not your David Kuchikoripo who will run through like a Usain Bolt.
No, he's not.
No, it doesn't look like he's a sprinter anyway.
And the question from Lloyd Chichembwe, I can hear it from here. He's saying, what is this? What is this?
He's got a few words for him.
Yeah, he's got a few words for him. And those who have worked with Lloyd Chichembwe and Tostar Okwashi will tell you that it's a case of good cop, bad cop kind of guy. Because when Lloyd Chichembwe shouts at you, the next minute Tos will come at you and say, don't worry, you know Lloyd. You know Lloyd.
Trying to pacify the situation.
There's always a balance to it.
All right, the players take advantage and get a water break. It is warm conditions here, 25 degrees the temperatures, but the sun has finally come out. Took a while, but here we are with the sun. The Sunshine Boys versus the Miracle Boys here at the National Sports Stadium.
I always get the feeling that the running track adds to the temperature. It seems a bit hotter when you're down there.
Yeah, it does. You know, this one was relayed back in 1995. We wish it will be relayed again, you know, and maybe, yeah, it would meet international standards. But here we are at the National Sports Stadium. We're talking about the running track. Let's talk about the on-field action. It is Rikomborero Bizeki with the ball. Play resumes now. Trying to find Clive Roop here. He's not a target man, but the lofted pass, the high crosses seems to be the order of the day. Trying to look for their center striker. William Manondo is also in there. Mr. Chibuku. Minimal impact so far. Hastings Chapusha to Marshall Machazan for Harare City. Tatenda Tavengwa in midfield. Ben Musaka tries for that through ball, looking for Dinolin Masukuta. The left-hand side is the outlet. Guess who's on the ball? Issa Sadiki for YADAH FC. Tunko Simplang. The try 1-2 didn't come off at all.
You can do a 1-2 the player who cannot control the ball. You can't. I know you're keen on moving away from the running track, but during my days at high school, there's a guy called Sean D'Souza. He must be coaching these young Sebos now.
Oh, he definitely is, the under-20 side.
At Prince Edward. The guy was pace on the strike. And we used to watch him from Ellis Robbins with a guy called Mandivenga. But Sean always gave him the heels. Sean was fast. Now I'm surprised that now he's doing rugby. He was so fast.
He was so fast. Now he's trying for his youngsters to be faster. He is the coach for the young Sables, the under-20 side. They're in action against Zambia today. Well, with the football. It is Tinotenda, Tanaka Shandirwa with the ball, with the attention of Ben Musaka. Back to Lennox Mcheto. YADAH built from the back. Tinotenda Mshkambizi goes out wide to Issa Sadiki. Bright Shambuka. But fizzles out as a throw in. 40 minutes gone. Harare City 0, YADAH FC 0. The best chance of the match has been a penalty. The first penalty awarded in this Harare group by a referee of the day, Grace Kimo. Maxwell Nyampane Dengu, the goalkeeper for Harare City, walked across the field, took the penalty. It was saved by YADAH goalkeeper Panashe Nyabungu, who's been growing in confidence as a YADAH goalkeeper. Now Hastings Chapusha. It is a throw-in out by Kadamanja. A throw-in to Harare City. Rikomborero Bizeki will take it. Looking for Emmanuel Mandiranga. He gets Tatenda Tavengo instead. Back to Rikomborero Bizeki. They go back to Hastings Chapusha. Trying to find Dinolin Masukuta on that left-hand side. YADAH, they close it down. It is a throw-in to Harare City. The coach, Lloyd Chitembu, he's got a scarf and all.
Yeah.
If you understand the morning temperatures, you understand why, you know, it is a fashion statement as well.
It is. It is.
Today he's gone for the three-piece suit. Had a similar one on the first match day against ZPC Kariba. He dumped the suit against Caps United, wore the tracksuit.
And the first match day, his jacket looked like Tondera Indiraya's jacket. Could it be the same one? I doubt. Would it? No.
I guess a different color. It was brown.
Oh, it was brown.
It was brown. Ndiraya had the blue. And then he ditched it all together for match day 2 against Caps United. He's back with a three-piece suit. He's looking dapper. He's the best dressed coach by far. YADAH FC with a free kick.
Then you had Tondera doing a Tony Pulis. You do the tracksuits for the pre-match interviews. When you come for the game, wear a suit.
It was interesting to see there. It was a free kick. The referee, Grace Kimo, didn't blow immediately. There was a shot from Nkosi Mhlanga that was saved by Max Onyampane Dengu, maybe playing a bit of advantage. But Grace Kimo has signaled for a free kick. Attention now on the YADAH FC striker. Here's the replay. There was a shot by Nkosi Mhlanga, and then you got the signal from Grace Kimo, our match referee for today. The players are surrounding the other player, getting attention from the medical team. The other players look concerned. The Harare City players are also there. It's 43 minutes. Here's a replay for you.
I thought good refereeing by Grace there.
It was
She waited to see
from behind.
Yeah, played the advantage. The advantage materialized. So we got back to the free kick.
He's up on his feet. That's God knows Mangani, the captain for YADAH FC. He was the one who was injured by Hastings Chapusha. A free kick on the edge of the box, a lot closer than their previous attempt at goal from a free kick. Last time it was Issa Sadiki who tried to score. It was deflected for a corner. There are 6 players around the ball for YADAH FC. Whether this is a training ground drill or routine they've worked on, but everyone is there. 6 players. They are all discussing something. You've got Prosper Kafela-Panjila near the ball. Nkosi Mhlanga, he takes it, deflected for a corner. Dinolin Masuguta comes out of the wall and he gets the block in. It is a corner for Harare City. I mean, it was a great build-up. 6 players in there. I expected something more, but in the end, not to be.
You expect the razzmatazz, but I thought the ward did his job. Maybe something that works at the YADAH complex and just needs a bit of perfection when it comes to the National Sports Stadium.
Issa Sadiki hoping for perfection with the corner. You take the corner. The ball is out by Ben Musaka. He's got the height. He's got the physique. He heads out. And YADAH will have a throw-in. Sadiki on that right-hand side. You leave it for Bright Chiambuka. And we're into added time. 2 minutes of added time. Harare City versus YADAH FC. On the stroke of half-time, 0-0 at the National Sports Stadium in match day 3. Harare City clear their lines. Kadamanja goes out wide to Kafela-Panjila, cleared away by Jikomborero Bizeki. Godfrey Mkambi tries to go out wide. A few misplaced passes by both sets of players. A throw-in on that right-hand side from YADAH FC, Nkosi Mhlanga. Now to Ben Musaka. Tatenda Tavengwa. Jikomborero Bizeki. Emmanuel Mandiranga and Dinolin Masuguta have swapped flanks. Mandiranga is now on that left-hand side. Had no joy on that right-hand side. Now to Dinolin Masuguta for Harare City. The cross comes in. And a shot in anger from Tatenda Tavengwa.
Good build-up play. Good build-up play. Good play by Giolin.
It is a corner for Harare City, hoping to get a goal just before half-time. 2 minutes of added time. Emmanuel Mandiranga will take the corner. His first attempt from the corner kick. On that opposite flank, Mandiranga with the corner. A deep corner. YADAH defend their lines and get a throw-in for their trouble. Tanaka Shandirwa Crossfield pass. Guess who he's looking for? Issa Sadiki, always the outlet for YADA FC. Hastings Chapusha. Maxwell Nyampedengu. Now back to Hastings. Grace Gimo says that's enough for the first half. Harare City nil, YADA FC nil. Here at the National Sports Stadium, match day 3 of the Chibuku Super Cup. A penalty miss in the 19th minute from Maxwell Nyampedengu. I guess the best chance for Harare City.
Yep,
for
the
YADA.
the best chance for Harare City. For YADA, it's a couple of close calls where Maxwell Nyampedengu flapped his lines and it needed to be hit spot on from a bit of a distance out. But I believe YADA will be the happier of the two sides, although it's goalless.
It's goalless here in the first match of match day 3. It is a double-header, remember, right here on Zim Papers Television Network. Halftime at the National Sports Stadium. In a morning kickoff, Harare City nil, YADA FC nil. We go back to the studio.
Is your friend for all your steel products and roofing sheets. From IBR galvanized and chromadeck roofing sheets, universal beams, deformed bars, angle irons, mesh wire, mild steel channels, mild and Benox steel plates, puke pipes, tubes, barbed wire, and much more. We cut your sheets to specific sizes. We deliver all big orders for free in Harare and charge just diesel and toll gate for out of Harare orders. We also do cutting and bending of deformed bars on site. Visit us at 346 Affirmative Way, Willowvale, or gate number 8 Mbare, Magaba, and number 1 Easterman's Place, also in Magaba. For Mbare, call us on 0788 930 550 up to 555, and Willowvale at 0788 930 556 up to 561. Email us on steelmate.investments@gmail.com or marketing@steelmate.co.zw.
It's the Chibuku Super Cup 2021 action, match day 3. It's Harare City taking on YADA FC at the National Sports Stadium. At halftime, it's Harare City nil, YADA FC nil. Charlie, 45 minutes, a lot of activity, and what can we take from the performance first 45 minutes?
I think the game needs a goal. And we thought we'd get one when a penalty was awarded. But unfortunately, of all players, you know, they chose a keeper who is not even having the best of days to take that penalty. And he missed, you know. As soon as he went to take that penalty, I immediately thought of De Gea. And I was like, is this really the best choice? Because he had a couple of errors before that. There was the disallowed goal. When the ball was allegedly kicked off his hands.
In the 8th minute, yeah.
Yes, I thought he fumbled that. And then a couple of stray passes that he made that would really make his teammates and fans.
He really did seem unsure, Maxwell Nyampedengu, especially with some of his clearances. And we did see, you know, Nkosi trying to pull one Shadrack Nyawa shot just as he was off his line from a poor clearance from Maxwell Nyampedengu. YADA FC failing to capitalize and punish them for that. It's looking like Harare City are on a 3-5-2 formation, making them stronger, especially in the middle of the park, and YADA FC on a 4-3-3. What can we take from these two formations?
I think the dominant possession has definitely belonged to Harare City, and YADA should be hitting them on the break. But unfortunately, the balls are not sharp enough. The passes are not sharp enough.
The final pass in the attacking third.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. And I think it's down to the again, poor performance of another a very experienced player as well for YADA, Mhlanga Nkosi. I think if he is to up his game and improve that pass, especially to Sadiki, we could actually have some interesting breaks from YADA. But Harare City also have to take advantage of their dominance, which they haven't for now. They've got two exciting wingers, Emmanuel Mandiranga and what's his name, the other winger that is switched with right at the end. I think Masukuta Dinolin. I think if they use them more and they collect the ball a bit earlier, we can definitely have a good game from the wings by Harare City. But sometimes they are sticking too much on the right flank where Emmanuel Mandiranga was playing mostly, and forgetting to switch the ball to the left where we have Dinolin Masukuta there. But also Dinolin Masukuta has been at fault a couple of times, not really watching the line.
The last line.
Yes, and he's been caught offside a couple of occasions when they could have had a very good break. I never forgive wide men who go offside when they have all the time to prepare.
We do have visuals of the highlights there. That was the 5th-minute shot by Issa Sadiki, the first attempt at goal, just going over Max Onyampandidengu. They ensure with his clearance, just like we did highlight highlights coming in from the first half. Harare City were looking dangerous, especially on the right flank. This is Clive Rupia in the 6th minute. Was he supposed to pass that ball?
Not at all. That should have been a goal. He's got the goal at his mercy. The keeper has committed himself to the near post. Just aim for that far post and we have a goal. So they did have a couple of opportunities that they should have taken advantage of, Harare City.
So Harare City will also notice that maybe they were not switching the ball that much. That's the penalty that was awarded. Was that a penalty in the 16th minute?
I think if we had VAR, it would still have stood as a penalty because the guy tried to kick the ball from behind and he ended up hitting the man. But then the Harare City player had put his head down.
He'd committed already.
Yes.
And he was going down anyway.
Exactly. So I think...
And up steps Max Onyampandidengu.
To do a digia.
Not the best. Do you think that the lockdown has had an impact on our players? Max Onyampandidengu looks like he has gained a bit of pounds. Mhlang as well, looking like he's put on a bit of pounds as well.
Yeah.
Are our players in shape?
I think they'll need some time, but there's no time for these two players that we are talking about because they are already older. They don't really have time to lose that belly fat that we are seeing.
That cross, or was it a shot at goal, was looking a bit harmless, but the keeper not taking any chances. Do you think the YADA coach maybe has the last laugh in changing the goalkeeper, Panashe Nyabungu, coming on to save, the penalty? Max Onyampandidengu there and clear with, and sure with his clearance again.
Exactly. And I think he has made a couple of these messes. And if we had sharper feet...
Tanaka Shandir were trying to
he could have caught him off guard and scored there. We saw that in the Dynamo's game when the shot was accurate, that you can catch a keeper off guard.
That's another shot that came through when the YADA captain was injured as... Mhlanga taking the shot there.
I wonder why Mhlanga is going further up too much, because he definitely doesn't have the pace to come back to his position. And it's really leaving YADA with a hole in the middle there. And I think that could cost them in the end. But coming back to your question about the goalkeeper Panashe, he has gained a lot of confidence with the penalty save and also with the many other saves that he has made during the match. He just looks the more confident of the two goalkeepers when we expected it to be the opposite, because Nyampandidengu, with all his experience, we did not expect him to be committing all these blunders.
Issa Sadiki looked very comfortable on the ball there, especially in the early stages, taking on defenders and actually committing as he was cutting in from the right flank. We did see him fizzling out a little bit. I don't know whether it was deliberate.
I think it's actually not him in particular, but the whole of YADA, that they had less possession and he had less time on the ball than we would have wanted him to have, because he's definitely the outlet. Like I said earlier, the passes to him are not always accurate, but he's a Sadiki. You know, you can tell that football runs in their family, and he's not like some of these guys that we are seeing. You can tell they did not probably grow up playing football, because you see, like with Harare City, for example, they make a couple of good passes, they are developing an attack very well, and then it comes to one player and he just misplaces the pass. The same is happening on the opposite as well. The passes are just not accurate enough. So these are things that you learn at kindergarten when you're starting your football. And because we don't have grassroots development in our football in Zimbabwe, we are seeing a lot of these childish schoolboy blunders, so to speak.
Chibuku Super Cup 2021 action brought to you by Zimpapers Television Network ZTN. Get the picture, and it's the Chibuku Super Cup knockout tournament. Taste the goodness, that's what we're saying today. We'll take a very short breather, don't go away. We'll be right back.
Steelmate Investments is your friend for all your steel products and roofing sheets. From IBR galvanized and chromadeck roofing sheets, universal beams, deformed bars, angle irons, mesh wire, mild steel channels, mild and Binox steel plates, puke pipes, tubes, barbed wire, and much more. We cut your sheets to specific sizes. We deliver all big orders for free in Harare and charge just diesel and toll gate for out of Harare orders. We also do cutting and bending of deformed bars on site. Visit us at 346 Affirmative Way, Willowvale, or gate number 8 Mbare, Magaba, and number 1 Easterman's Place, also in Magaba. For Mbare, call us on 0788 930 550 up to 555, and Willowvale at 0788 930 556 up to 561. Email us on steelmate.investments@gmail.com or marketing@steelmate.co.zw.
Right, it's coverage of the match day 3 of the Group 1 action, Chibuku Super Cup action. It's Harare City taking on YADAH FC. Sunshine City boys taking on the Miracle boys. It's a 0-0 at halftime. Later on at 3 p.m. we'll have Rentals taking on Caps United. And tomorrow is Dynamos versus ZPC Kariba to conclude match day 3 for Group 1 fixtures. Group 4 is also in action tomorrow. Wawa taking on Triangle. That's at 11 a.m. and FC Platinum take on Ngezi Platinum in the Battle of Platinums. Charlie, the match officiating, Grace Gimo, the Rusape referee, what's your assessment of how she's handled the game so far?
I think she's always going to be a bit controversial. People are getting used to the idea of having a lady in the middle of the pack. But I think she's got good control. The players are trying to put a lot of pressure on her. There were a lot of protests over the penalty, but she stood her ground. And like I said, if there was VAR, we would still have that penalty standing. And then on the other end, you know, there was a penalty shout immediately after the penalty. The YADAH players tried to put a lot of pressure on her to compensate, and she stood her ground, which is something that I liked. But I think she should just take her time before blowing the whistle. There was a time when she was hit by the ball and she immediately blew, but then it had not affected possession.
The possession, yeah.
And I think if she just finds a way of taking just a second or two before blowing the whistle, it's never too late. And she'll probably give herself a chance to give the other team an advantage. But so far, so good. You know, she was also the lead in the middle of the pack in the Uhuru Cup. Yes.
Dynamos taking on Highlanders.
Exactly.
One or two instances maybe when we think maybe she would have given a yellow card. This match has all in all been a physical game. Particularly, we know the former Dynamos captain, vice captain, George Mkambi is quite physical. He's the one who also gave away the penalty in the 16th minute. Right, we saw the two guys, Mandaranga and Masukuta, switching flanks. Is this any significant? And William Manondo, have we really seen him? Is the supply to William Manondo being cut?
I think it is. I think Harare City are taking too long to get the ball to Manondo, and I think that is affecting their game, which is probably behind the reason to swap the two, so that Masukuta also gets some time on the ball. They did it right at the end of the first half, so I think we'll see the impact of that change in the second half if they continue from the two flanks.
Yeah, looking at the options that the two coaches have, particularly for Harare City, we did highlight that, you know, their bench is quite a strong bench. Any options that you may be considering if you were Lloyd Chitembwe at this moment?
I think I would leave it like that for now, and then maybe introduce the likes of Valentine Daba later in the match. But I think they have the ball possession and can utilize the what they're lacking is the final ball. And I think it's Harare City, to me, are still favorites to edge this game.
Might we see Moses Mchenje or maybe Kudam Sharu coming in?
Maybe Mchenje. I think Musharu won't really change the game because he's a bit of an older guy. You know, he doesn't have the pace that we are seeing in the match. But should we get to 80 minutes and there's still no goal, maybe Kudam Sharu might actually be the player to bring in, because nothing beats experience.
In the first half, we did see that YADA were going for the long ball as they're trying, obviously, to get you know, Harare City on the break. Do you think that maybe we will see a change in this strategy?
No, I don't think so. I think as long as Harare City have better possession, YADA will have to play on the break. What they need to improve on is the ball that they let out. You know,
the final ball.
Yes. If the person who has the ball is not really sharp at making that pass for them to counter, maybe he should give it to the nearest player who can make the pass, because Ali Sadiki is always there and he's looking dangerous. Sorry, Issa Sadiki.
Machazani has made good interventions, but all in all, if we look at the set pieces, it looks like YADA FC have had two free kicks in very good positions, just outside the box.
Yeah. Again, I thought for the second one, I thought, you know, the other players were just bullied off the ball by the more experienced player in Mhlanga. I think he should be nowhere near set pieces. But again, you get these decisions going to the big players. That's why also the other very experienced player took a penalty and missed. So I think coaches should really make these instructions clear that whenever we have a free kick, our number one taker is Issa Sadiki, for example. And our number two is this player. If it's on the right, who takes? If it's on the left, who takes? And I think this will remove the bullying attitude of the senior players.
Who do you think will take this one today?
I still think it's Harare City. I think I'll give it a 1-0 result to Harare City.
Harare City. I think it will be another draw. If the standings remain, or the result remains as it is, we have Dynamos at 4 points, and if these two teams draw, it means Harare City will now be on 3 points. It doesn't change the log position for today. YADA will just go up to 2 points, but in event that Harare City manage to win, they will go top of this group, at least until for the next few hours as we await the other match that's between Herentals and Caps United. That's happening at 3 p.m. We will be giving you that match live right here on Zim Papers Television Network. And we are waiting to go back to the National Sports Stadium for commencement of the second half of the match between Harare City, the Sunshine Boys, versus YADA FC, the Miracle Boys asking for a miracle and almost getting it today, Charlie, if we can say in terms of that missed or saved penalty.
Yeah, it was actually, I just have a feeling that when Panache saw that Nyampane Dengu was the one who was coming to take the penalty, he grew more confident. I saw just moments before as one of his players was protesting still, whilst Nyampane Dengu was putting the ball on the spot. He said, you know, I've got this, and he took his player out of the penalty box to say, let him take a shot, and I'm quite confident I'll save it. And he did. I think he has really grown in confidence. And YADA, they're making a change on the goalkeeper's position every match. And this performance in the first half should be enough to see Panache being a more regular goalkeeper, because you don't want to be messing with that position. I love the way he has taken, you know, control of that back for YADA, and he's really giving them good instructions, and so far so good for the young men.
Hopefully we will be getting to see more goals in the tournament, and currently FC Platinum, Ngezi Platinum, as well as Tenex are the only three teams that are yet to taste any defeat, or rather to drop any points. Perfect starts for those three teams on 6 points, and FC Platinum scoring 8 goals, Ngezi Platinum 6 goals, and Tenex scoring 3 goals. 3 teams, Charlie, in this competition are yet to break the duck. Herentals, Black Rhinos, and YADA are yet to find the back of the net.
Yeah, and it's not really surprising, given the manner of the teams that you have mentioned. The Black Rhinos are known for their defensive type of play, and with the Herentals, it's really the lack of teeth in front. You know, we have them using.
They do have teeth, maybe old teeth.
Exactly. That's where I was going actually, because if you are having a 49-year-old striker, chances are he's not going to be converting a lot of those chances. He cannot make a lot of those runs. So I actually get surprised when teams fail to beat them, like Dynamos in the first game. They should have taken advantage of that, because if people are right in saying that he's too old to be playing in the Premiership, then it means all these games you are playing against 10 men. So why don't you take advantage of that? So as long as his team survives and stays in the Premier League, and you know gets good results against the likes of Dynamos, then you always be justifying himself and saying, I deserve to play in the Premiership, because who did better than me if the result was 0-0 at the end. But they need to work on their strike force. They actually get very good chances, which they scuff. And sometimes it's not always him. Sometimes it's also Magariro who replaced him in the other match. And they keep fluffing their chances, and I think that is the reason why they are yet to register a goal in the tournament. YADA, they are a small team. They are really testing the waters.
But so are Tenex.
Oh yes,
and they're also a prison and correctional team, just like YADA.
Tenex reminds me of Leeds United. You know, they
yes.
just came firing. Even though their first game was a loss to Liverpool, it was a 4-3 loss. So you never doubt the attacking impetus of teams like Leeds, but they're exciting to me. And you know, we were talking at the during the match out of the studio that we also need to know a lot of the edges of these players, because if you find teams using young players and then getting results, it becomes more exciting. You know, Dynamos was using an 18-year-old player, and he was the star of the show. You know, a Prince Edward schoolboy. We get more excited when we have these younger players playing soccer, you know, as opposed to what we were talking about. Someone who is 49, there's nothing that we can expect. He's not going to make the Warriors, for example.
Anything new, yeah. And Harare City, we know traditionally Lloyd Chitembwe, he's someone who usually goes for experience. And if you look there, William Anondo now on 30, Emmanuel Mandiranga is just 26, Clive Rupia also in the mid-20s. Kudam Sharo, I think, is the one who's on the other side of 30, 34. But probably he still has something to offer. Moses Mchenje also in the mid-30s. So I think he goes for experience.
He does. But I like the way he's mixing it with youth when it comes to his final squad selections. You find, the likes of Kudam Sharu are only on the bench to be used as and when necessary. Moses Mchenji as well, the same thing. I think generally for Zimbabwean soccer to improve, we just need to be getting coaches to have more confidence in younger players. If there's a young player and an aging player and they are both performing the same, give the young player a shot because he has time to improve. The older player will only get poorer. And we're not seeing enough such confidence from our coaches. But it's exciting to have these youngsters like the Dynamo's 18-year-old coming in there and stealing the show.
It's the Chibuku Super Cup 2021 edition, brought to you by Zim Papers Television Network and proudly sponsored by Delta Beverages under the flagship of Chibuku Super. Taste the goodness. We're waiting for resumption of the second half at the National Sports Stadium. Technical glitches that our engineers are working around the clock to address, as we will be shortly crossing over back to Makomborero Mtimkule and Ashraf Takiwa, who are giving us commentary for that match. Match day 3, Harare City taking on YADA. It's 0-0, and Group 1 encounters also at 3 p.m. It's going to be Herentals, the students, taking on Caps United, Kepe Kepe Bora, Makepe Kepe at 3 p.m. We're also going to be giving you that match. And tomorrow, it's going to be Group 1 action continuing as Dynamo's Dimbare take on ZPC Kariba. That's at 1 p.m. Before Group 4 action resumes with Wawa taking on Triangle at 11 a.m. That's at Mandava Stadium before the Battle of the Platinums takes place at 3 p.m. It's FC Platinum taking on Ngezi Platinum. As the log standings stand right now, Group 1, it's Dynamos on 4 points after a win and a draw. Caps United, Harare City, Herentals and ZPC Kariba all with 2 draws each and 2 points. YADA 1 defeat and 1 draw, giving them 1 point. Group 2, it's Chicken Inn topping that group with Highlanders joint at 4 points and Bulawayo Chiefs on 1 point. Same with Bulawayo City. Group 3, it's Tenex Prisons and Correctional Services team from Manicaland. The surprise packages also with a perfect start, 6 points, and Cranbourne Bullets on 4 points. Black Rhinos, Chawaj Pembere with 1 point. Manica Diamonds yet to register any point. We also have the Group 4 action that is happening. FC Platinum topping that group with 6 points and Ngezi Platinum 6 points, and Triangle with 1 point. Wawa still to register any point. Triangle 1 point, and with the likes of Ralph Banolila Matema, just the issue of experience that we were talking about. Sometimes one person cannot carry the team, Charlie.
Definitely, one person cannot carry a team. And if you look at their group, even if they're a decent team, there's a really tough competition there where you find they are competing against the likes of Ngezi Platinum and FC Platinum. So like I said earlier, this is a group that is going according to script. Good as they may be, decent as they may be, Triangle are really in a tough group. And if you ask them, they will say theirs is the group of death. Although if you ask the neutrals, they will say there's more competition in the Harare group, maybe by virtue of having the 6 teams and 2 of the biggest teams in the country, Dynamos and Caps United.
So Harare City are in action today against YADA, and we're saying Harare City is by far the most successful when it comes to Chibuku Super Cup action since inception or reintroduction of the Chibuku Super Cup back in 2014. 6 editions that were held. We've got Harare City appearing in 4 of the finals, and on 2 of those occasions they clinched that title. That's in 2015 when they beat Dynamos 2-1, and also in 2017 when they beat Haumine 3-1. And that man who scored on those 2 finals, William Manondo, is in action today. Mr. Chibuku, could William be under pressure today, Charlie, to deliver? He's got 1 goal so far in the tournament.
Yeah, I think he is always under pressure, especially in this particular tournament. But I think he should also derive confidence from the shaky central defense that YADAH has, marshaled by the former Dynamos player, Godfrey Mkambi. If you look at Godfrey, he is a bit hurried. You know, there was no need, for example, for him to stretch his leg towards the player as he considered that penalty. There was no need for him to go two-footed on one of the challenges where I thought he was really lucky to get away without a caution. So if I was Lloyd Chitembwe, at halftime I would have told my boys, go through Godfrey Mkambi, because he is a player whose weaknesses they can really take advantage of.
We're likely to get another penalty or a red card or a free kick.
Yes, he is a player, even at Dynamos, in his days at Dynamos, he would just do something rash or hurried and cost the team. He has his advantages though. Sometimes his early challenges catch strikers off guard, and sometimes he really marshals the defense well. He's a very good communicator, and he tells other players what to do, where to stand, how to be alert throughout the match, which are probably his advantages, why he's always used by the teams that sign him. But I just think the opposition, if they have players that are fast enough, he can be a good target to get penalties from or goals through.
Looking at this year's edition, Charlie, we've got 4 groups, Group 1 to Group 4. Group 2, 3 and 4 have 4 teams each, and Group 1 has got 6 teams, which means we'll have 10 good matches in that group. Localized groups by geographical area. Do you think this is an advantage, to separate the big boys from the different regions? Because if you remember, in 2019, the last edition of the Chibuku Super Cup, we had Dynamos and Highlanders, being paired right in the first round.
Yeah, and that's always unfortunate. Unfortunately, the bigness of Dynamos, Highlanders, Cape United is really in the supporters, especially during recent times, more than in the way the teams have been playing. So if their bigness was really in the type of play that they have, then it would be unfortunate for them to be paired in the same groups. But this is just fans, and I think they can still be paired and play their big finals before the final in their respective groups, before eventually meeting the more technical teams that we have in Ngezi Platinum, in Chicken Inn, in FC Platinum.
Right, it looks like we're ready to resume action at the National Sports Stadium, joining Kombaram Timkule and Ashraf Takiwa already in the 60th minute. That's a close chance there for Harare City in the 62nd minute. Let's cross over to the National Sports Stadium for commencement of the second half.
A final word with him. He is good to continue. They are defending a corner. Emmanuel Mandiranga takes the corner for Harare City. Headed away. Obed Tafira. The counter is on. Issa Sadiki. Well, he was on the halfway line.
He was too eager. He was way too eager.
Didn't watch his line there, but he had the space. Harare City, well, they recover, and now they build from the back here again. A mistake in defense there. Obetafira has the ball. Now he gets it through to Issa Sadiki. One-on-one with Marshall Machazane. He looks threatening. Nkosi Mtlanga taking too much time. Chance of handball. The referee says play on. Emmanuel Mandiranga now. Tutatenda Tavengwa with a threatening run. He's got Clive Rupia for support. Rupia, let's fly. Straight at Panashe Nyabungu. Positive from Harare City. But that counter-attack for YADAH FC.
I'm not sure why Issa Sadiki decided to pass there. But you look at the replay where
Clive Rupia with a shot, a grounder, straight at Panashe Nyabungu.
It did have some sting.
But encouraging signs so far for Harare City. They've been the better side in these 18 minutes of the second half. Misplaced pass from Tatenda Tavengwa. But it is still 0-0 at the National Sports Stadium. William Manondo shut down by Godfrey Mkambi. Now the counter is on Adebayo. Marshall Machazan, desperate defending there. It is a corner to YADAH FC. Issa Sadiki, I guess whenever he sees that yellow boot, he knows
trouble is in the house.
Trouble's in the house, you got to defend.
But Innocent Zambezi needs to find a better way of dealing with Issa Sadiki as he had to come through.
It is a cross in now. Emmanuel Mandiranga defends, but illegally, says Grace Gimo. It is a free kick to YADAH FC. Here's the replay there. Yes, it was a handball with his right hand. It is a free kick. He's in your picture. The culprit with the handball, Emmanuel Mandiranga, number 7.
Edanam was used to carry the number 7. It wasn't a fruitful campaign for him. Then he went to Tier 1. Now he's back in the capital and on the 7 he's added a 0. But he has had a decent game. Marshall Machazan has also had a decent game.
No, definitely. Lennox Mcheto is on the ball. You want to take the free kick. A left back is on that right-hand side. He's in your picture, number 66. Takes the free kick for YADAH FC. Promising position. Lennox Mcheto. Defended. Now Clive Rupia trying to lead the counter-attack. He's got options left and right. Tatenda Tavengwa down the line. Tries to find Ben Musaka. Is cleared away. God knows Mangani, the captain for YADAH. Nkosi Mtlang. Trying to find Issa Sadiki. Now to Dinolin Masukuta. We've got Innocent Zambezi for support. He tries to find him. Cut out. Issa Sadiki now for YADAH FC. The silky skills with the left foot. Defended. Nkosi Mtlang. They find the same man, Issa Sadiki versus Marshall Machazani. Tries to beat him. Marshall Machazani marshals the defense and does it well. Ben Musaka. Tatenda Tavengwa. Leading the counter-attack. Godfrey Mkambi.
Typical. Mistimed.
The crunching challenge there.
And the retaliation.
Retaliation from Tatenda Tavengwa. Here's the replay for you. Tatenda Tavengwa goes past one player, and then Godfrey Mkambi. That was a two-footed lunge. He got him with his right boot, and then the retaliation. I can understand the frustration, but the retaliation. Wait to see what the referee Grace Gimo will do. Probably a flashpoint here. Potential yellow, red card. What's the prediction?
The retaliation then would give you a red card. Let's see how Grace reads it. She
Grace in the picture. She looks calm
and composed. She wants to refereeing school. This is the situation that you're told to do.
She's got her hands behind her back, you know, with that stance to say, I'm in charge, I'm in control. So he gets past one challenge, Tatenda Tavengwa in your picture, and then there goes Godfrey Mkambi in the light blue strip for YADAH. And then the retaliation came after that. She is monitoring the situation. She's seeing a Godfrey Mkambi right now next to him, and the medical team, medical doctor for YADAH, brings out the yellow card. She waits until the player gets up. Tatenda Tavengwa looks to be in a seated position. Godfrey Mkambi is lying down, and he gets up. She puts the yellow card back in your pocket.
I see the yellow card.
Yellow card to Godfrey Mkambi for YADAH FC. Then and another yellow card for Tatenda Tavengwa for retaliation. Ben Msaka. When Msaka comes in there. The tension is slowly rising.
And there's
the retaliation. Tatenda Tavengwa on the floor. Godfrey Mkambi goes in to apologize, and then he's kicked in the groin there. And both players get yellow cards for their actions.
And did you check Tatenda Tavengwa? The moment he makes that stamp on Mkambi, he continues now to continue showing pain.
Yeah. You act like, you know, you have to, and then you wake up, you retaliate, and you get back to being injured again. So both players getting yellow cards. Tatenda Tavengwa for Harare City, jersey number 38, and then you've got Godfrey Mukambi, who also got a yellow card, jersey 23 for YADAH. 68 minutes gone. William Anondo on the ball. Clive Rupia with the shot. Lennox Mcheto clears his lines. The outlet. Always the outlet. Issa Sadiki, the number 11.
Innocent Zambezi is taking my advice to find a way of stopping
For the
Issa
first time
Sadiki.
in a while.
He does it illegally, but he stopped him.
Oh, man. Comes through, recovers, and has to take him down illegally. So a free kick to YADAH FC. Seems as though the momentum has shifted a bit. YADAH are getting the looks in. They are getting on the counter. Issa Sadiki.
Which is something that he didn't do in the first half. Because apart from attacking, Issa Sadiki also has to have a look at the Harare shift to left back and going forward.
Obed Tafira, some pressure on Marshall Machazani. He thought it was legal. The referee of the day, Grace Kimo, says no, it wasn't. It is a free kick to Harare City.
For Tafira was trying to argue that it's shoulder to shoulder, but for Machazani, he says no.
Obed Tafira, watch out for that duel. He's the tall, imposing number 9 with the red boots. The first substitution for this game for YADAH FC. Expected to get goals for them. Tatenda Tavengwa to Emmanuel Mandiranga for Harare City. He takes on Lennox Mcheto. Gets past him. Now to Dinolin Masukuta. Jikomborero Bizek is taken away. God knows Mangani leads the counter-attack. 1-2 with Obed Tafira. Now to Issa Sadiki for YADAH FC. And this time Innocent Zambezi wins the duel. Now Harare City can counter. Emmanuel Mandiranga. Clive Rupia. Godfrey Mukambi is on a yellow card.
And he continues to play gang-ho.
Concedes the free kick. Challenge from behind on Clive Rupia. YADAH are under pressure. Here's the replay. Godfrey Mukambi with that injury, with that foul, an injury to Clive Rupia.
And he's there holding the head of his victim.
He gets some treatment.
Kudam Sharu is out of the picture. They're getting ready to come on.
A bit of movement on that.
And Dinolin Masukuta will make way.
Kudam Sharu, experience comes in. He came off the bench against Caps United as well. Kudam Sharu. Second consecutive match, he's come off the bench in the second half.
Dinolin Masukuta, 21-year-old, is putting a shift. But I suppose at the end of the day, it is the end product that matters. And as much as you
Chibuku Super Cup 2021 action at the National Sports Stadium. It's match day 3 and it's Harare City taking on YADAH FC, the Miracle Boys. And that match is still 0-0 in the 74th minute. Sincere apologies for that poor picture quality that's coming through from the National Sports Stadium, hence this interruption. But engineers are working around the clock to rectify that. Chale, we've seen a few chances in the second half, but notably Mkambi again going physical in this match.
Yeah, we spoke about him at the break, and we're talking about his high-footed challenges, and we saw one that could actually potentially end someone's career there. And I'm surprised he's still on the pitch. I think it was a straight red card offense, and the ref should have taken the measure there. The player who was fouled actually ended up also retaliating, and again that's a dismissible offense because he kicked Mkambi on the groin, and I think the ref made a couple of bad decisions there. She should have red carded both players, Mkambi for the high-footed challenge and Tavengwa for the retaliation.
But apart from that retaliation, Tatenda Tavengwa, in the few instances that we did see him looking purposeful going forward and you know, creating space for Manondo going forward.
Yeah, I think that's actually why he's a target of fouls, because they are seeing that the football is passing through him. Once it gets to Tavengwa, he has a way of calming the match, and he's picking very good passes and making very good runs off the ball. Something that is really getting Harare City going, especially on the left flank. I think if they continue playing well on this left flank, because just before we lost transmission, he had also gotten another foul right on the left flank again, and that could be the side that they use to channel their attacks.
Clive Rupiah coming up with 1 or 2 shots at goal, another one saved and another one just being punched out. The YADAH goalkeeper gaining in confidence as the game progresses, obviously.
Oh, definitely. You know, like the save that he made earlier in the 62nd minute, you could tell that it was headed for the corner, and he really had a good spring to save that ball, and the more confident of the two goalkeepers, definitely.
All right, Chibuku Super Cup 2021 action. Let's go back to the National Sports Stadium. It's now the 77th minute to see the action as it happens.
Clive Rupiah. Now to Gudam Sharu. Man who's just come on. Jikomborero Bizek on the move. Shut down there. Now Vincent Sango takes the ball. An outfoot pass to God knows Mangani, the captain for YADAH. Experience tells Marshall Machazani with the ball. Lofted pass looking for William Manondo. Mr. Chibuku.
He's brought down.
They had to bring him down illegally. That could have been his moment. He scored in the second half for Harare City in the last game against Caps United. 78 minutes, they need a goal. Machazane turned to William Manondo, hoping that could be the case, hoping they could get the goal. Lennox Mchet brought him down. There's the replay. It is a free kick for Harare City. Marshall Machazane, the captain, he's gone forward, he's holding the ball, placing it where he wants it to be. Referee Grace Gimo measures the distance, tells them to step back with authority. Marshall Machazane, he's behind the ball.
He's taking matters into his own feet as it
with
were.
a stance like a CR7 momentarily. Now he takes the free kick.
Welcome back. It's match day 3 action. Harare City, the Sunshine Boys taking on the Miracle Boys, YADAH FC at the National Sports Stadium. That match approaching the 80th minute, and we have lost our signal once again. Apologies for that. But Chale, we saw a glimpse there. Manuel Manondo almost going through before that clumsy foul in the 78th minute.
Yeah, it was actually an intentional foul because, and a very technical one for that matter. I think the ref should have given a yellow at least for that challenge, because he was taking one for the team. They saying, I'll get the foul, I'll get the card, as long as I block Mr. Chibuku from scoring. And that worked, because just before we lost transmission, we saw that the free kick had been blocked. So it is still Harare City attacking. It is still Harare City with the impetus, but we're not really seeing them creating clear-cut chances, because YADAH, I don't know if it's a strategy or not, but they are picking a lot of fouls to disrupt the flow of the Harare City game, and that seems to be working in their favor.
And that free kick, we did see Machal Machazani, stepping forward to take that free kick. It's, I can say the first free kick that Harare City have gotten in a meaningful position just outside the box, but that was not to be, as that shot was also blocked. But like you say, Charlie, Harare City seemed to be, passing the ball around, as opposed to YADAH relying more on the long ball. Do you think that we are seeing any change in terms of strategy?
No, I think we are not. And I think at the halftime break, a lot of work was done by Chitembwe. And he has really cut out the attacking impetus of Issa Sadiki.
Okay, it's match day 3 at the National Sports Stadium, and it's Harare City taking on YADAH FC. That match is in the 83rd minute, and it's still 0-0, and technical glitches have affected this match, as we have lost power at the National Sports Stadium, and unfortunately we may not be able to continue with the live streaming of that match between Harare City and YADAH. But Charlie, do you think that Harare City can still be able to bag this one? Because just as we were mentioning there, Issa Sadiki seems to be fizzling out in the second half. Yeah,
they found a way to neutralize him, and also on the shortcomings by YADAH, we are seeing that they are not really getting a player that is close enough to Issa Sadiki to support him on his runs, and he was left alone on the far right side.
Right, it's the Chibuku Super Cup 2021 action, match day 3 that we're bringing you today. It's Harare City and YADAH, and in the afternoon we're going to be bringing you Herentals and Caps United. That's at 3 p.m. Like I said, we did lose power at the National Sports Stadium, and that has affected the live stream from continuing. Leaves me to conclude the proceedings right here at our studios right here at ZTN in Harare. But don't miss the action. We're back again at 2:30 p.m. For the build-up for the students' match, the Herentals versus Caps United. That's at 3 p.m. and we will give you an update on the outcome of this match. Harare City and YADAH. That's less than 10 minutes to conclusion. And tomorrow we also have matches lined up. Dynamos taking on ZPC Kariba at 1 p.m. and Group 4, it's Wawa versus Triangle at 11 a.m. at Mandawa Stadium, and FC Platinum taking on Ngezi Platinum. That's at 3 p.m. also at Mandawa Stadium. Many thanks, Charlie. We are back again at 2:30. Good to have you in studio. Thanks so much for your analysis.
Good to be here, Blessing.
All right, so we catch up at 2:30 p.m. for resumption of match day 3. Group 1 action continuing at 2:30 p.m. That's when we have the build-up. It's the Rentals taking on Caps United, as they seem to be looking for more points to actually top that group. We will see how that goes. It's Zim Papers Television Network, ZTN, bringing you the Chibuku Super Cup 2021 edition. Many thanks to our sponsors, Delta Beverages, under their banner Chibuku Super. Taste the goodness. Good afternoon.
Chibuku Super Cup 2021 was brought to you by Chibuku Super. Follow us on our social media pages at Chibuku Zimbabwe. Stay safe from COVID-19. Mask up, sanitize, buy your Chibuku and enjoy at home. Chibuku Super. Taste the goodness.